All right. Hey, you guys. My name is Micah Folsom. This is Finley Ray, and we are going to be busting through some of the doubts and the fears and the reservations that you guys have right now. So I did a little post about an hour ago that asked you, like, what is holding you back from becoming a coach? Because those things are real, and they are, like, shouting out, like, all the scary stuff that you're feeling. And so the first thing I want you guys to know is all the coaches that are in here, all the people that you see on the calls, all the people that you see on social media that have already been coaches or whatever that are sharing, likely we all felt those same things because they're very normal. Anytime you're entering something new and unknown, uncharted territory, you're going to have these feelings of self-doubt, of fear, of all of those things. So those are very normal. I want you to know that first. You're not some weirdo that just has all these fears, okay? The second thing that I want you guys to understand is you are watching these coaches on the videos and things years into our journey. So I've been coaching almost 5 years now. I can promise you I am not the same human being sitting here right now that I was when I started. I would have never done a video when I started. I would have never shared certain aspects of my life. I would have never gotten on stage and trained thousands of people. I would have never, ever thought that I could do those things. So that's something that I want you guys to know too, is that just because you're feeling those things right now, that is just a very, very clear indication that those feelings of self-doubt and limiting beliefs and all of those things that are holding you back from getting started with this are likely also holding you back from doing so many other things in your life that you want to do and that you should do and that would help you feel fulfilled and live your best life. So I think that's one of the things. I'm going to go into these things specifically just to really kind of dive into them a little deeper. But that's something that I want you guys to understand is the most rewarding thing about what we do as coaches is not just, isn't she cute? I hope she behaves for 10 minutes. We'll see if I can wrap this up in that short time. But sorry, I got distracted. Squirrel. Okay. I hope that you guys see that what we do as coaches is not just selling products and posting selfies on social media. And if you've ever, even I get people that reach out to me that have coached in the past and they're like, oh, it's just not for me. I tried it and it whatever. But I'm like, did you really coach or did you just try and dabble for a second and sell a couple things? Because if you did that, then you weren't coaching. And if you really did coach, then there was obviously things that you weren't doing. Otherwise, you would have embraced the entire journey. So what we do, and like they talked about earlier and like others will talk about later, obviously we live a healthy lifestyle. We share it authentically to inspire others to join us. But the most life-changing aspect of this is the personal growth journey, because we can't inspire others and we can't help grow people if we haven't grown ourselves first. And so I know that some of your specific fears were the fear of failing. And to me, I'm like, girl, like there's no such thing as failing in this. And that's the first thing that you guys need to know is there's no such thing as failing. If you start, all we're doing is we're embracing our own journey. We're committing to, okay, I want to take care of me. So I'm drawing a line in the sand. I'm going to make this a priority. So that's the first thing. Even if you never sell a thing, if you fully embrace the coaching opportunity and do this, you will be growing as an individual. You will be working on your own physical, mental, emotional health, and your life will be blessed because of that alone. So to me, that's a win, okay? But now let's talk about the business side, because I know you're probably in here because you're like, well, I would like to grow a business around this. I think I like the idea of being able to make an income from home doing this. So what if I fail at that? I can promise you the only way to fail at that is if you give up and quit. Because at a certain point, if you show up and you do the things, you can't just be here with the coach title, with the coach account, and expect your life to change. But if you show up and you apply the things that we do as coaches, and you'll learn all of these things in our new Coach University, and we've got your back, and we teach you everything you need to know, then you will be able to inspire others. You will be able to help them see the value in what you have to offer. Because when people are starting with you in your challenge, when people come to me to join my challenge, they're not coming to me because they want to buy Beachbody. They could go to hundreds of thousands of other coaches to get Beachbody. They could go to beachbody.com to get Beachbody. They're coming to me because they want my help. Micah, not Beachbody, Micah. So as you share your journey and as you become a better version of yourself and a more confident, healthy, vibrant, energetic, happy, when you become those things, it attracts people who are like, what are you doing? Show me what you're doing. I want to do it. And so there's no such, you won't fail. There's no such thing as failing. I want you guys to hear that loud and clear, okay? Because that's a big one that so many people never start because they're afraid of failing. And that, I just want to shake people and I want to be like, there's no such thing. There really isn't, okay? So the second thing is I'm afraid of not being able to remain consistent, getting past negative, what people think, negative things that people say about Beachbody and about you and whatever. Okay, so this is where personal development really comes in, because a lot of us care way too much about what people think. Oh yeah? She's passionate about this one, you guys. A lot of us care about what other people think, and really they're just thinking about themselves. They don't really care what you're doing. And if they do care about what you're doing, it's because they're paying attention enough to care. Okay? But you have to get to a certain point in your own mindset and your own confidence, and you really do just kind of fall in love with your own journey. And when you're so happy and feeling good and just loving the process, you don't really care what other people think. You just don't. And if you're still at a place where you do, then I would just really advise you to dig into that intentionally with your personal development, because that's just something you gotta get over, and you will. And that's why personal development is life-changing, because all of these doubts and fears and limiting beliefs that we have, you're able to get over them. And at some point, the flip just kind of switches, and you're like, I don't care anymore. I don't care. When I used to care at the beginning, I was kind of embarrassed to talk about Beachbody stuff, because I felt like so many coaches were very salesy and sharky and overly aggressive. And I was like, I don't want to be tied into that. And I had this limiting belief that I didn't want that. And then I was like, okay, but wait, I don't have to be that. I can be me. I can rock my own journey. I can share what I'm doing. I can just share how I'm feeling, the excitement, and that will attract the right people. And then pretty soon you start getting messages from your challengers and from your coaches, and even from people who don't ever buy anything from me or don't even work with me personally, but they just follow my stories or my journey, my posts, and they reach out and they say, thank you for doing what you're doing. Thank you for being brave enough to share who you are. Thank you for helping me get off the couch and go for a walk. I get goosebumps, you guys, because that will beat all of those naysayers, and you won't care anymore. And you'll just be like, this is where I'm supposed to be. This is what I'm supposed to be doing. This is my path. And the people that are supposed to be on this path with me will find me, or I will find them. And then we'll be able to rock the journey together. And then everyone else, the haters or the naysayers, you just don't care. Because if they're taking time, that was a call. If they're taking time out of their day to hate on you or to leave negativity on you, you just block them and move on. My social media is my space, and if I don't want you there, you won't be there. So it's really easy to get rid of them too, okay? So that's on that. Let me see what else there is. Oh, time management. This is another really good one, you guys. I know Cozy and Candace talked about this. When I started, I was super busy, you guys. My husband was in veterinary school. I was a mom of 2 young kids. I was running a full-time wedding photography business. basically a single mom because JD was gone all the time. And I just got really intentional. And I learned very quickly that there were certain things in my day that were just filling up time. And there were certain things in my day that I was actually growing and moving closer to the goals I had. So when you start coaching, you'll kind of just evaluate your life. You'll say, where do I want to be in 5 years? Where do I want to be in a year? What does my ideal life look like? When will I feel the happiest, the most vibrant, the most fulfilled? What does that look like? And when you create this clear vision for what you want out of life, and then you fully understand that we are in complete control of our life. We're in complete control of the direction we're going. We're in complete control of how we spend our time, what we focus our energy on. We are in control. We are the masters of our ship. Have you heard that? It is 100% true. When you understand that, you get very intentional. And the fluffy stuff that you're just wasting time doing starts to go to the wayside, and you start to fill those things with intentional activities like your personal development, like your workout, like expanding your network and connecting and doing the business activities that it takes to inspire others and to make an impact. And so I don't care how busy you are right now. If this is important to you and you want to make it work, you'll find a way. If not, you'll find an excuse. And I'm not saying everyone is going to join and stick around, because I have coaches all the time that give up and quit on themselves. But that's not because this business doesn't work or that it's hard. That means that some people just aren't disciplined enough to make those things a priority and then to let it impact their life the way that it 100% will when you show up and you put in the work, okay? So time management, I don't care how busy you are, you can find a time to do an hour a day. Hey, no choking yourself. No choking yourself. Or 2 hours. No choking. Or 3, depending on how fast or how big you want to make this, okay? Here's another one. Oh, I already talked about that. Geez, lots of you guys have the same common ones. That's really common for like same stuff. Oh, here's another one. I've never been a fitness guru and I just started working out. Awesome. Because guess what? I'm not a fitness guru. I was an athlete, so I worked out, but I'm not a fitness professional. I'm not certified. I'm not a trainer. I'm not a nutritionist. I'm just a mom. I'm just a mom that needed to stay healthy and needed something to add that extra accountability for me to stay on track. Now, what that means for you, since you're just starting your journey, that means you're going to be 100% relatable to every single other person that is watching you begin your journey. They're going to watch you grow. They're going to watch you hit those milestones. They're going to watch you show up and prove to them that they can do it too. And that's the power of coaching, is that while yes, personal trainers and fitness instructors and all of those types of people 100% would benefit from doing this, because it would just grow their business and their income and their reach and their impact that much more. The power is that anyone can do this and inspire and motivate and hold people accountable. And that's what we get to do, is we get to just kind of lead from the front with our own journey and then lock arms with the people who need that help. And then we have the tools and the solutions with Beachbody's programs, nutrition plans, supplements, Shakeology. We have the complete solution to then help them reach their goals. So we don't have to know all the stuff. It's all there for us. So when you show up and you're relatable, that is 100% going to be in your favor. Because I can promise you that someone, take for instance, my coach Brielle. She's lost, how much has she lost? Over 80 pounds on her health journey. I can promise you that the women that related to her when she was starting, they probably wouldn't feel comfortable reaching out to someone who was already at their goal weight and had rock hard abs and was like this picture perfect whatever that even means, of an ideal, fitness person. They're going to relate with someone who has been there doing that and is going to continue to show up and help them get started. Does that make sense? I'm shy and I have a hard time engaging with people. I'm shy. You might be watching this and be like, girl, you're not shy. When I get with normal humans in real life. I am a complete introvert, totally like keep to myself. That is why this works for me, because I can post and I can share my journey authentically without getting that sense of like anxious scariness, because I'm just on my phone and on my computer and I'm like, I can do this. But in front of real people, I'm really introverted and shy. So don't let that hold you back. I promise you, most of the very successful coaches, when you talk to them, are super introverted, which I think is very interesting. So don't let that hold you back at all. Not having the funds to start up. Okay, so let's talk about money. There is an investment to get started. The awesome part is we're not asking you to buy all this inventory and all of this stuff that you're going to keep in your house and you have to then figure out a way to sell it. The only investment to get started is your own challenge pack, your own journey, like what you're investing in for your own journey, your workouts, your Shakeology, or your performance line. That's all. So you're investing in your own health. It's very, 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 very cost effective and cheap. And we'll talk about that later, all the details of that. But it actually blows my mind how inexpensive it is to get started. And I think that's a big reason also why lots of people don't take it seriously. I'm going to be real with you guys for 1 second, maybe 10, 20, okay? I got started just for the discount, didn't know what coaching was, didn't have any desire to build a business. Like I said, I was running a very successful wedding photography business. I was super busy, super stressed out, didn't have a single like desire to do anything else. Then I got started on my own journey because I needed it. And then I learned that there was a coach discount and I was like, hey, sweet. I wanted to save some money because I fell in love with Shakeology. Got started. But the second that I saw just kind of the potential, I remember watching a video from Mindy Wender, and she posted about a $20,000 week, her first $20,000 week. And I laughed at myself and said, what? Like, yeah, freaking right. That is so ridiculous. Like, whatever. But then as I kept doing this, I kept getting those messages from my challengers. I kept feeling what it felt to make an impact in other people. And I fell in love with the process of just making a difference. And I fell in love with the process of taking care of myself and of waking up with intention and of creating these new habits that I was like, I need this in my life. I need this in my life to be a better mom, to be a better wife, to be a better everything. I needed it. And so I'm like, I will never stop doing this. No matter what money I make, I'll never stop doing this. But you know what's happened over the past 5 years is, in a positive way, consequently, when you show up and when you do the things and when you make an impact and when you inspire others to change their life and to get healthier, Beachbody has a freaking awesome compensation plan. And in the past 5 years, we have grown our income to be over 7 figures a year. Now that sounds ridiculous to say out loud because I'm obsessed with what we get to do. I feel like it is a unicorn job that I'm like, I don't understand how I get paid for doing something that I love so much. But I will tell you one thing, I am freaking consistent. I have shown up for the past 5 years. I have made it my mission to take care of me so that I could take care of my challengers and take care of my coaches and pour into each person that I get to work with. And because I've done that, obviously it is like completely changed our family's life, our future, everything, obviously. So just think about this for 1 second, because I know some of you guys maybe have watched other people share, and you're like, I don't think I could do that. That looks scary. Is it worth it? Would building that type of business, and I didn't get into this to make income, you guys. I didn't get into this to make $1 million. I didn't. But that's what happens when you show up and you pour into others and you help others fall in love with this process and make an impact. That's just what happens. So if you are, there's nothing wrong with wanting to build a business, with wanting to bless your family's life, with wanting to create memories and to create time freedom and to create the life that you want to live. There's nothing wrong with that. Don't ever for a second let anyone make you feel guilty for wanting to want more for your family's life and for your life. And I can just tell you right now that had I not shown up and treated this business like a business, that would not have happened. So it's not like you can get in this and then just dawdle your feet and expect to grow this great income. It takes work, it takes consistency, it takes making this a priority, it takes showing up, and it's not hard. I am telling you that right now, it's not hard, but it's that switch that it takes to be consistent and to show up and to make this a priority. And even if you do 1/10 of what I've done over the past 5 years, how different would your life look in 5 years from now if you were bringing in over 6 figures? That's 1/10, 10% of what I've done. If you've seen my journey and you're like, oh, well, what she does is hard, I don't think I could do that. Okay, well then just do 10% of what I've done. And in 5 years, you will have built a 6-figure business from home with your babies to bless your family's life. You will be making an impact on others. You will be feeling more fulfilled and excited and energized than ever. And you will get to sit there and pinch yourself and say, how is this my life? And it's because you were bold enough to get started. You were brave enough to overcome those fears. You were strong enough as a person to understand that I have weaknesses and I have fears and I have limiting beliefs, but I'm not going to let that hold me back any longer. I'm going to lean into this incredible community. I'm going to lock arms with these men and these women that have paved the way and will show me how to do it every step of the way, because we've got you. We are going to be here. I know lots of you guys maybe have coached before, or maybe you've seen coaches that come and go. That's not us. We have got a way bigger mission and purpose than that. And we are going to be here and we are going to help you, and we are going to help you change your life because you are going to help change others. Okay? I think I've gone over my 10-minute mark. So I'm going to go see Finley girl because she's getting fussy. But I just hope you guys come into this with an open mind. Understand that it will change your life when you let it. I can promise you that. It's changed mine. It's changed the lives of so many of my coaches. So don't let those fears and those doubts and those limiting beliefs hold you back. Okay? Love you guys. Okay, see ya.